Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Knitwestern. Today I'm going to show you how to cast on, and then we'll talk about some of the basics for knitting so that you can continue your practice at home. So the first step is to make sure that you have the tail end of your yarn, and sometimes it's all wrapped up in the middle there. If it's not already out, you can kind of move your yarn around, pull on some stuff, try to find it. But if you have an end easily accessible, use that instead of making a mess. I've done that before. It's very frustrating, so just use the one that you can get out the easiest. So first we have to set aside our needles because we don't need those right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a slip knot. I like to make them like this. I hold the yarn in my hand and I point with my left finger, and then I wrap it around to the front. So the yarn is in the back. It's going to come around to the front. We're going to cross it over, pulling that loop off of our finger, and then we take the back of the yarn up through like this, pull onto that loop we just pulled through, and pull the tail right here. So I'll show you again. We're going to hold it from the back up to the front, slide that loop off your finger, and then take it up from the back and pull on the tail to tighten it. Slip knots are fun because you can really play around with how big they are. As you can see, I'm pulling on the side that's connected to the skein of yarn, makes it really big. They come out really easy as well, so you can just pull it out in case you decide you want a little bit of an extra length to your tail. So I'm just going to remake my slip knot here, and then we'll start learning how to cast on. So I'm going to pull and make it a little bit smaller. Then I'm going to pick up a needle, slide the loop onto my needle, and that's going to go in my left hand. I like to kind of hold the tail in my left hand so that it's out of the way and I don't mistake it for the yarn that I actually need to be using. I'm going to make this knot just a little bit bigger so that we can see the loop a little easier and you can see what I'm doing. What we're going to do is we're going to take our right hand needle that has nothing on it yet, and we're going to slide it in just like this. So again, just so you can see what I'm doing, it's just going to go right through, and it's going to come up on the right side of the loop as you look at it from the back. So then comes the trickier part. I'm going to hold both of my needles with my left hand. I like to hold them like this. If you want to kind of hold them like that, that's okay too. I like to really keep them perpendicular to each other so that I can tell which one is which. The left needle needs to be on top of the right needle at this point. So then we're going to take our working yarn, the yarn that's connected to this ball over here, and we're going to come around the back, over, and under the left needle. So we're creating this loop right here, and that's what we're going to pull towards us when we come under this stitch in a second. So then making sure that we're holding on to this yarn that we've just looped around with our right hand, we're going to gently pull the right needle towards us, and we want to come up right where that little hole is, right here. So just to see that again, what we're doing is we're coming from the back, we're pulling slowly towards us, and we're coming up in the front. Then what we're going to do is we're going to let go of this yarn for just a second, pull it out towards us, and I like to go like this so that my needles are parallel, and then I like to pull down on the top part of this loop so that it creates a little X, and we're just going to dive our left needle right into there. Slide our right needle out and pull. And you just keep doing this. So again, we're going to put our right needle in, wrap from the left over to the right and under the left needle. So we have this loop here on the right needle. Holding onto this yarn, we're going to pull down and towards us and come up right like this, making sure that we've still got that little yarn attached. Pull it out towards you, turn it, make sure you've got a little hole to dive into, dive that left needle in, and pull to tighten. And there you have it. That is casting on.